week, England, France and Russia are joining forces against our ally Austria. We must stand with her, united, ready to sacrifice. Our lives are nothing. Our country is everything. We are now only Germans.
Not blind, Corporal. Gas wouldn't do that. It irritates the eyes, swells the lids. Once we have these bandages off, you will see as well as ever.
How long will it take to get back to the front?
Don't think about that. Think of the future. You've got a wife, a fiancée.
I have to get back. I have to get back to the front.
A message, Herr Doctor.
Push.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention? I have an important announcement to make. Earlier today, the Army High Command agreed to negotiate the terms of surrender. The war is over.
No!
We must place ourselves now at the mercy of the victors.
Shut up!
Pray they will be generous.
Shut up! It is the end. It's the beginning.
Corps militia, led by Captain Ernst Röhm and others, took back the city today after a tense 2 weeks of communist rule.
What happens now? That Germany's best-kept secret is out. That the demobilized soldiers of the war are still active and armed in our countrysides.
Herr Gerlich, you'll be late.
Don't worry, Frau Schmidt. These things never start on time. With the collapse of the monarchy and now the communist regime, what new form of government awaits us? Deep feelings of nationalistic pride are springing up against it. No. In defiance of the communists, of the Allies, of anyone who thinks Germany is finished.
All right, everybody, come on now. Let's get started. What are you doing here?
Sorry. Judge.
Ah, Herr Gerlich.
Good day for the news. Bad for a wedding. Thank you for waiting.
I couldn't very well start without
Officially, the Reds are gone. The army needs to make sure they stay gone.
It's my job as head of Army Information to prevent the sort of civil unrest that happened last spring from happening again. I gather you're very outspoken in your nationalist leanings.
Believe in Germany, sir.
Good. There are nearly 50 political factions in this city at the moment. And I use informants to identify the more aggressive ones. Does this interest you?
Informing, sir?
One of these groups is the German Workers' Party, led by a man called Anton Drexler. They gather in the back room of a beer hall. Just an excuse to have a drink, I expect, but pay them a visit and tell me what they're planning.
But don't drink, sir.
Just listen then.
But interest equals slavery. The Berlin-centered economy, which is currently collapsing, leaves us no other choice than to declare Bavarian independence.
Two more beers. Right away.
The state of Bavaria must separate from the rest of Germany and form its own nation.
Insane.
Of course, we are a different society. We are predominantly Catholic. They are not.
We're all German.
Culturally, perhaps, there are similarities. But even then...
What about Parsifal? Lohengrin?
Young man, I'm talking about reality, not fairy tales.
You're talking about the purity of the German people. Just no fairy tale.
As I was saying, interest...
Find out who he is.
equals...
What's this?
It's my report from the German Workers' Party, sir.
I only asked for a few words.
They've asked me if I'd like to join. I haven't accepted yet.
Should we be concerned about them? That's all I need to know.
Well, it's club life of the lowest form, sir. But I like the underlying politics.
The nationalist agenda must include elimination of the Jews. What's this have to do with your report?
Just some thoughts of my own I added. Do you disagree?
It's just not feasible.
Oh, it's very feasible, sir. Just drive them out. Deport them if necessary. Can you imagine a world without them? How pure, how holy. Do you think there are any Jews in Valhalla?
Do you have my papers, Meyer?
Yes, Captain Rudd. I should like to introduce you to Corporal Hitler, sir. He's one of our informants.
If you'll excuse us, Corporal.
He's an odd one, isn't he?
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker for this evening. Many of you may remember him by his comments at our last meeting. So please welcome Herr Adolf Hitler.
When I was a boy, I heard the story.
Louder.
I heard the story of the Holy Grail and how it could only be found by one who was pure of heart. Indeed, we have a history of purity in this country, but we have fallen on hard times. Our military is in tatters, our economy collapsing. But it's not poverty or weakness that's our problem. It's indifference. Is anyone listening? That's the problem nowadays, isn't it? No one cares. No wonder we face extinction. Pride. Pride is a weapon. A sword to be used against our enemies. But don't be deceived. They are strong. stronger than we are. And it's not the French or the English I'm talking about. Our enemies live among us. Socialists, communists, the foreign invaders who come to our country to destroy us and take over our lives.
In the 6 months since the fall of the communist government, the new German democracy has given birth to dozens of political factions, but none is growing more rapidly than the German Workers' Party, newly dubbed the Party of the National Socialists, whose fiery speaker, Adolf Hitler,
Who among them are the
preaches against the influence of foreign invaders.
who alone are responsible for the moral decadence that now riddles our society? The Jews! The Jews! Yes! Who call themselves German, but who are now, and who have always been, unwelcome, unwanted, and they are everywhere! Invading our government, stripping us of our savings, raping our families and our heritage. I tell you, friends, this is war. A war that is soon to turn, where the invaders will become the victims.
Hello? Frida.
Herr Hauptstengel. Oh, it's good to see you. Look at you. Who's this? Is this little Egon? He looks just like you did when you were his age.
Frida. This is my wife, Elena. She was raised in America, but don't worry. She's bred from good German stock. Her family's from Bremen.
Oh, how do you do, Frau Hauptstengel? I apologize for the mess. I'll have it cleaned by morning.
Frida, don't worry yourself. It's lovely. It'll be just fine.
Would you like to hold him?
Yes, I'd love it. He's so gorgeous.
Come. Do you like it?
It's extraordinary. It's everything that you promised.
And this isn't the half of it. There are such opportunities here for us now. Germany is starting to rebuild itself, and we are going to make pots of money.
Darling, it's impolite to talk about money.
Oh, it'll be good for the country, too. Wait till you hear my plan.
Don't bother me with your plans. You just let me handle the dinner parties.
Where have you been? It's almost time to start. Oh, and come in the front next time where people can see you.
Our supporters will slow me down. Seems it's plenty tonight.
Nonsense. The crowd is bigger than last time. Unfortunately, there are some communists out there. So, go easy on the rhetoric. A riot would only get us in the papers.
Isn't that what we want? Universal military service shall be abolished in Germany. Germany will pay war reparations for all damage done to Allied civilians and their property. Responsibility for the outbreak of the war rests solely on German shoulders. But a few of the demands of the Treaty of Versailles. Impossible, you say? It will break us. But don't you see that's the point? They want to break us. And who do I mean by they? I mean the Reds! These fools who spread a disease called communism to empty-headed dreamers.
Look who's talking! Right, rubbish!
The most effective medicine is a bullet. That's the best way to cure us of these idiots.
Idiots are men like you with nothing to say.
Marx was a Jew. The Communist Party is run by Jews. It's all a plot to destroy Germany, to bastardize our blood, infiltrate our lives. They want to wipe the Aryan race from the face of the earth. We need more men like you in the party.
Oh, we hate the communists. Wherever they go, we'll go. Whether or not we'll do anything for the party is entirely up to you.
You know, I've always been a great admirer of yours. Your reputation, your war medals.
Oh, my war medal is here. I'm prouder of this than of any Iron Cross. Speaking of me, Herr Hitler, you speak of all my men. We're all soldiers here. You see, these men, together with thousands and thousands of others, served our country well. Even after they were abandoned by the army, they continued to fight to put down the communist revolution.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, the rich that backed us up are turning away. Why? I don't understand. But if my men can crush a revolution, they can also create one. Because they love this country as much as you or I do. Yes. The only little problem is they're unemployed.
Yes. Is they will survive. We surrendered in November at a time when we were perched on the edge of victory. Betrayed by the cowards and the traitors within our ranks. How do we fight them? We unite! We must join together for a greater Germany!
Clean him up a bit, he might be worth something.
He's a cartoon.
We will sacrifice. We will struggle, yes. But only then will we triumph. And we will triumph! The hero Lohengrin as our model, and the music of Wagner as our inspiration. We will hang the profiteers, crush the communists. We will disinfect our country of the Jewish vermin.
Funny. After 500 years, you'd think I'd be used to it. Ernst. Ernst.
I know some people who would love to hear you speak, who are not likely to go to a beer hall.
The wealthy. I've met a few. Armchair politicians. Care more about their money than they do their own country.
Yes, but surely as your party's propaganda leader, you must know that in order to defend their money, they'll spend it, a good deal of it. That is, if someone they trust tells them it's a safe bet. That's where I come in. Herr Hitler, I can make you very popular. Far more popular than him. But you have to admit, the color catches the eye. Why don't you have a poster? And a flag. Your picture should be everywhere, with your name in large letters. You might consider a more distinctive look. For example, when you think of Lenin, you think of bearded and bald. Not that that's attractive, but... well, it does stick with you.
Ernst's wife. He's told me so much about you. Come.
Now, with respect, the Kaiser's a coward. Better off without him, really. No, we need someone with courage. Courage to drive out these foreign agitators. A man who would smile in the face of the machine gun and scare the rabble shitless. Would that be you, sir? No, Captain Goering. Not me, sir. I'm just a voice crying in the wilderness. Above all, we must remove the Jews. If he has deceived you as to his heritage, who knows what else he's capable of?
You're a very gifted speaker, Herr Hitler. I think it is an honor to be at this table with you.
I began life as a quite gifted artist, Captain Goering. I brought something I want you all to see. Simple. Aryan.
What does it mean?
It means the unconquerable. Do you like it, Freiheimstengel?
It's very hypnotic.
Tell us, Herr Hitler, have you considered publishing?
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The turning point of my life was when the blindfold was ripped from my eyes. But only then will we triumph. And we will triumph. The Jew, in all his terrible shame, we will hang the profiteers. We recognize him. We recognize him. We will make them pay. What's going on?
Hey, Hitler. Who is this?
My new friends, what are you arguing about?
We have been approached by the German Socialist Party to join forces. Our principles are similar. We can negotiate a new platform to eliminate our differences, and together, both parties will be even stronger. Some of the others here disagree.
I see. Would you like to know what I think?
Yes, of course.
I think you're a traitor.
But Herr Hitler...
Compromise is not possible! If their members wish to quit their party and join ours, that's another thing. But our principles are our principles and cannot be changed.
Hitler! Hitler! Please. You're right. Of course, we will not merge if that is how you feel. There are some who question your financial ties. That is all. We are not a party of the bourgeoisie. It's bound to have an impact.
The leadership.
What?
I want you to step down. Name me as your successor.
Yes. Yes, of course.
The committee must approve unanimously. Then make a public announcement.
The leadership committee has just made an important decision. I no longer feel qualified to lead our struggle. So it is my privilege to present you with our new leader, our new Führer, Adolf Hitler.
No, a little higher. That's good. That's very good. Beautiful. Marvelous.
No. No. Yes.
Wonderful choice, my Führer. But don't you think this look is better?
Excuse me, Herr Hitler. A message from Bavarian Prime Minister von Kahr.
It seems I'm being asked to cancel my speeches. Not asked, ordered.
The Chancellor wants to pay war reparations and honor the Treaty of Versailles. As a consequence, the people are ready to riot. Kahr's ordered a state of emergency, placed himself in charge. He adds, if Hitler speaks, it may only stir things up.
Stir things up. Stir things up. Have you been to the marketplace? Do you know how much it costs for a loaf of bread these days? 500,000 marks. 500,000 marks. The wheelbarrows aren't big enough to carry the money in. And he's afraid I'll stir things up. You tell Commissar Kahr, this is not a time for silence. This is a time for revolution.
Right. Well, I suppose that leaves me. I know you're upset. Of course you are. Commissar von Kahr is acting rashly. Herr Hitler, you mustn't take it personally. We both want the same thing. Right now, Von Kahr thinks that he doesn't need you. You must be clever and show him that he does. That you have the support of the people. I want to show you something. This is an article by an editor named Fritz Gaelig that is, on the whole, complimentary. Everyone who's anyone reads him. And he also happens to write Commissar von Kahr's speeches. I think you should pay him a visit.
I baked these this morning. I hope you like them. You must have been very brave, Herr Hitler. The Iron Cross is no small feat.
For many years, my friends, I was like a prisoner, blindfolded, fending off blows.
I'll confront Kahr here. Röhm and his men wait here. We surround the barracks, then attack. Once the situation is secure, I'll telephone Röhm here at the beer hall.
Half of my men will cut the lines at the telephone exchange. The rest of us will secure the military barracks.
No information, in or out of Munich, unless I say so.
Gentlemen, I know this is often said and deeply felt, but none more deeply than tonight. May God and the people of Germany be with us.
Brothers, you and I, together, we will make history.
Your papers, please.
I couldn't sleep last night worrying about this speech. His popularity's rising. If people don't hear the truth...
Don't worry, they will. Tonight we unify the other parties and put an end to Adolf Hitler.
The suckers rule, then I'm the lion tamer, an all or nothing savage autocrat. I crack my whip, the king of all the jungle just starts to purr like he's my pussycat. But smell the stench, can't escape the jungle, and though at peace, the animals still roar. Those darling beasts, they long to slay each other. Only my whip keeps them from going to war. They groan attack.
Gentlemen, history has brought us to the edge of chaos. And now we have a choice.
Men act like beasts, beasts act like men. They both need training now and then.
Or we can, with courage and faith, leap.
Drumming, what's coming?
The National Revolution has begun. The building is surrounded. No one may leave. Any trouble, you will be shot. Inside. Inside! Stay calm. Remain in your places. We have the building surrounded.
Get me a Ludendorff.
Sorry to surprise you like this, but then you're no stranger to intrigue, are you? I'm forming a provisional Reich government. I will be in charge of the police. General Ludendorff will be in charge of the army. And I will have a post for each of you. I need your support.
You seem to have planned this well. Then where is General Ludendorff? If he supports you as you say he does, why is he not here?
Oh, so the little man pulled it off, did he? Give me a moment.
He's a little late.
What's going on?
You sure he's coming at all?
Shut up!
Take your seats! Remain calm!
He's here.
Your leaders are with us! Will you join them? Will you stand behind us? The German Revolution begins tonight!
Yes. Good.
There's an armed group heading towards the barracks.
Mobilize the army. Now.
What the hell's happening? There are too many of them. Somebody must have betrayed us. What are you doing here? Where's Carr and the others?
Oh, I let them go. Their wives were a concern. Well, that's all right. They gave me their word they would notify the authorities.
Good God! Follow me!
Let's go.
We'll take to the streets. We'll take to the streets. We'll go to the war ministry. There were 8,000 people at the Circus Krona the other night. As soon as they know what's happening, they will support us.
Herr Hitler.
Of course, that's exactly what she said.
There he is.
Adolf Hitler, you have been accused of high treason. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Herr Hitt, are you a German citizen?
Talking about a piece of paper or the blood that runs through my veins?
Answer the question.
No.
In November of last year, you led a putsch against the Bavarian state and German Reich. You coerced and threatened Commissar Carr, General Losso, and Colonel Seisser. You have been accused of high treason and called an enemy of the state.
If a thief takes your money and you take it back, does that make you also a thief?
In 1918, we were betrayed by the November criminals, the ones who claimed to be our leaders. They entered the war, signed the Treaty of Versailles, and that was high treason.
This is supposed to be an interrogation, not a speech.
I was simply taking back that which was stolen from us 5 years before. Namely the right to defend ourselves against the wishes of an incapable parliament. I used no force. I was supported by Commissar Carr. Why isn't he on trial? If I am guilty of anything, then I am guilty of fighting to defend the rights of the German people.
Fascinating, isn't he?
This way, please. Herr Hitler? There's a courtyard you can exercise in. You're welcome to have as many visitors as you wish. Herr Hess is living just next door and can serve as your secretary during your stay here. If there's anything we can do to make you more comfortable, please let us know. Something wrong, sir?
They're dying. Take them away. I don't like dying things around.
Yes, sir. And if I may say so, sir, it's an honor to serve you.
Welcome, my Führer.
Thank you, Hess. Well, it's lovely, isn't it? Only two things missing, an audience and an income. Perhaps I'll write a memoir. What do you think?
I think it's an excellent idea.
Good. Take a letter, Hess. Party headquarters. I hereby resign from politics. I want nothing more to do with the party. Too busy writing.
But, sir, without you, the party is finished.
Exactly. Today, it seems to me providential that fate should have chosen Braunau as my birthplace. In this little town, Bavarian by blood, lived my parents. My father, a civil servant. No. Make that dutiful civil servant. My mother, devoted above all to her children. Once, as I was strolling through the inner city, I suddenly encountered an apparition in black caftan and black hairlocks. Is this a Jew? Was my first thought. And then my question assumed a new form. Is this a German? They are strong. Stronger than we are. We need more room to live, to expand, sustain ourselves.
Germany will either be free of Jews, or there will be no Germany. We need a leader, a man of great vision, a man with the courage to grind his enemies' bones into the dust. And he lives! He lives today, and he will lead his people to victory!
It's been an honor, my Führer.
I'd hoped reports of your bickering had been exaggerated. Sit.
Where's Ludendorff?
He's feeling unwell, but I'm glad the rest of you could come. The purpose of this meeting, gentlemen, is to solidify the party under me. I expect your full support. We must enter government by legal means. Then, we can take it apart. Our new policy is to win elections. Agitation is a thing of the past.
Meaning what?
The SA are to be bridled, Ernst. They may sing, march, carry flags, but they must keep calm unless I say otherwise.
We're not a Sunday shooting club, Adolf. We're a militia.
Not anymore. My personal security will now be handled by the SS. Your men give off the wrong impression.
I don't give a damn about impressions. But without the SA, without us, our loyalty...
The wheels of history have turned.
The plan has changed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Does anyone else wish to leave?
During my absence, you fought, you bickered, you made no progress whatsoever. Therefore, I propose to relieve you of the responsibility of leadership. The interest of this movement, from now on, will be my concern. If I should fail, I will stand down. But I will not fail. In this struggle, there are but two possible outcomes. Either the enemy passes over our body, or we will pass over theirs. If I should fall, wrap my body in the swastika banner. Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil!
And this will be our Führer's office. Grand, spacious, inviting in the sun, as he does. We need your support as we begin our campaign for seats in the Reichstag. But before we rebuild our nation, we must first rebuild our party. And what better place to start than here?
Jews to blame. So blame the Jews, go blame the Jews. The Jews are guilty and it's not news. You don't need brains to read the clues. The guilty party always is the Jews. So blame the Jews if we have flaws. It's not our fault because the Jews, the cause for all the flaws. Oh, it's a shame, but true. Whatever's wrong, the Jews to blame.
There, take it. Now I have nothing left.
Move along! Come out! Come out! Don't fight from the Jews!
It's ridiculous. The essay's broke, hungry, spoiling for a fight with anyone. Can I write about it? No, because Hitler doesn't sell papers. Do you know what does? Gossip. Look at today's front page. Bavarian farm girl has religious visions. We've published, 10 editions of that the last 4 days.
She gives people hope.
So does Hitler. People don't want the real news. They don't want to be depressed. They don't want to hear about anything they might have to do something about. It's as if we've all become stupid, gone blind.
What on earth is happening to you? What? Since when have you become so contemptuous of people, Fritz?
Don't raise your voice.
Somebody has to. You're so busy scrutinizing him, you can't see that you're becoming like him. You're losing the best part of yourself. You can't stay like this. You'll either have to go forward or step back. But where you are at the moment is wrong.
I can't go forward. I'll lose my job. If I lose my job...
The only other choice is to be content with silence. But I know you better than that.
Your citizenship. Your new German citizenship. Thank goodness your family changed its name. Or else we'd all be saying Heil Schickelgruber. Here's to the next Reich's president.
I think it's wonderful. I think it makes you look brave and strong and determined.
Thank you, Fräulein Braun. I think so too.
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler! The new German citizen Adolf Hitler is running for president. As Hitler makes history with his Germany flight, his message is loud and clear. A vote for the Führer is a vote for the future.
The hero of the England is our model, and the music of Wagner is our inspiration. We will hang the profiteers. We will crush the communists. Behind us is Germany. With us is...
The Führer is now running for Reich president, and we're going to give him a run for his money. Seth, find out about his accounting practices. Write an article about them. Maria, get on the campaign trail. Find those that have heard him speak. Speak to those that disagree.
Herr Garlich, I thought you said no.
No, Hitler, yes. Temporary insanity. Am I forgiven?
I want him stopped.
What does this mean? You said that you would stop.
I'm doing my job. The job of every newspaper is to reflect its time. Don't you think if we ignore it, we're being...
Everybody out! Quick, get out of here! Come on! No! Everybody out!
Next time, it could be a bomb.
But it wasn't a bomb. Don't you see? They're just angry because
Look,
people
I'm
are
sorry,
listening to
Fritz.
what we have to
Fritz,
say. If we
you're
win...
fired.
Why the gloomy faces? 30% of the country voted for me. That's a far cry from 40 people in a beer hall.
But we didn't win, my Führer. Perhaps we need to rethink our strategy.
If we don't deliver on our promises, our constituents will look elsewhere for a leader.
I wouldn't worry about that. All the right-wing factions are now backing us. Hindenburg has no choice but to offer me Chancellor.
With all due respect, my Führer, you and Hindenburg don't exactly see eye to eye. The Chancellorship is the second most powerful position in the land. Why would he offer it to you?
Because of all the trouble I can cause if he doesn't.
You wanted to see me, Adolf.
Would you excuse us for a moment, please, gentlemen? Please sit down. Now, it's very important that you don't speak. Not a word. I just want you to listen, understand? I've heard some rather disturbing news about you.
Really?
Shh! Not a word. Rumor has it, I'm to be used as target practice.
Really?
Shut up! Let me finish, please. Over the years, the SA has become rather stubborn. As you know, I'm having a terrible time trying to steer them away from the concept of revolution. They have to be lockstep behind us. They're too rebellious. So, as of this moment, I'm handing the entire problem over to you. Call it a kind of test. If you succeed, then perhaps I can forget about this whole nasty business. Clear? Thanks for stopping by. And Ernst, please don't try this again.
The challenge facing any new chancellor is how to deal with the National Socialists. If they paralyze the Reichstag again, which they do whenever they don't get what they want, we'll be forced to hold another election, the 4th this year.
Chancellorship is a thankless job, Your Excellency. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
I know, Papa, I know. Go! Look, I've dedicated my life to this country, and I intend to leave it in capable hands. So I've asked General von Schleicher here to be my new chancellor.
Congratulations, General.
He has turned me down. He has instead suggested you, Franz von Papen, to be the new head of this government. You're conservative, Catholic.
Your Excellency, President Hindenburg, I'm not.
Good. That's settled then. Now, let's begin with the largest threat to our democracy, Herr Hitler. Any suggestions?
Might I suggest we put him in a position where we can control him?
What position did you have in mind?
Vice-Chancellor?
You must be joking.
Not at all. The Vice-Chancellorship is the third most powerful position in Germany.
My party's popularity demands a great deal more than third place.
What precisely are you asking for, sir?
I want the chancellorship, sir.
Oh.
That's my job.
I wouldn't laugh, General. Perhaps I'll take your job as well. Herr Reich President, surely you can see I'm a force to be reckoned with. The sooner you appoint me Chancellor, approve my cabinet...
I will never appoint you Chancellor. How dare you presume, sir? You're nothing but a Bohemian corporal. If I made you head of this government, how would I answer to God?
And how will you answer to Germany if you don't? Good day, sir. Stupid old fool. I don't care what he says to God. I'll have it soon and in person. Get me Rome. We'll show Hindenburg what answering to God looks like.
Next on the Reichstag agenda, I propose a bill regarding the allocation of
Gentlemen,
money.
we're leaving.
By leaving, you will cause the dissolution of this elected body, and once again, by law, force a new election.
230 seats. We're the largest party in the Reichstag. We are blessed by the providence of history.
How dare he demand the chancellorship again? I don't care how many seats Hitler holds. He will never be chancellor as long as I'm alive. The most he could be is my postmaster general. He could lick my behind when he puts on the stamps.
May I make a suggestion, Herr Vice President?
After your last suggestion, the Nazis took over the Reichstag. They're getting stronger all the time. Stronger, stronger. They're making a mockery of our government. Of us, gentlemen, of us.
If I may offer an alternative plan, Herr Vice President. But Gregor Strasser is Hitler's second in command. He's very well liked in the party. I'm certain he would be more than willing to accept the vice-chancellorship.
You've spoken to him?
Yes. He hates Hitler. This would effectively divide the National Socialists and completely neutralize the party.
The one thing I do not want, gentlemen, is for my presidency to end in anarchy. Sorry, Papen, but I think General von Schleicher needs to try his luck at the chancellorship.
Herr Vice President, please. It's clear to me he had his eye on this position all along. He only used me to flush out the enemy. Give me one more chance, sir.
No. Gentlemen, I hereby appoint you Reich Chancellor. Good luck.
Look, there is no doubt that Hindenburg made the greatest mistake of his life appointing Schleicher Chancellor. They both publicly humiliated you. This is your chance to get even. Gain that power back.
He'll never appoint me Chancellor again. I don't know why.
But he would appoint you Vice-Chancellor under me. That's the point. The cabinet would be reliably conservative. I'd leave these things to you. You're far more experienced than I. There is one minor problem. Hindenburg hates me. He must be persuaded.
If there's one thing about him that hasn't diminished with age, it's his vanity. A well-placed public letter from you could work wonders.
And a few disruptions in the Reichstag.
My dear Reichspräsident von Hindenburg, all the great heroes of Germany were benevolent men who loved their people and who were loved in turn. Like Parsifal, like Lohengrin, like you. Germany is fortunate to have you as its leader. I give you my loyalty, my undying respect.
Will the National Socialist Party please return to their seats? Will you please return to your seats?
Schleicher, this is a price I thought you'd never have to pay. Get me Hitler. Solemnly swear to carry out the obligations of the office of Chancellor without party interests and for the good of the nation.
I do.
And do you further swear to uphold the Constitution, support the President, and respect the right of the Reichstag? So help you God.
I do. right, you know. Sometimes primitive force is the only way. Helps if there's some kind of legal reason behind it, of course, something outrageous to provoke a response.
Do you have any suspects?
Has anyone been arrested?
What actions will you take as a result of this?
Could this be a communist plot?
What happened? Apparently a Dutch communist broke in and set the fire. Police have him under arrest.
Tell Rome he can still be of some service. You were talking about an enemies list. That's not a bad idea.
This is a signal from God. We are under siege. The terrorists have opened fire, and we will fire back.
It's good to see him so happy.
This is an outrageous crime, and someone will answer.
But this completely overrides the Constitution. Effectively, it puts you in charge.
These are troubled times, sir. The Constitution could not anticipate them. The national monument is being destroyed. Our democracy is under attack. If we're to wage war on these foreign infiltrators, certain civil rights must be suspended.
When power is seized instead of bestowed, the hand that seizes it is often burnt. The Reichstag must approve this before I sign anything.
In order for the government to carry out necessary procedures against terrorism, Reichstag must support an enabling act. This act is your opportunity to hand power over those that can wield it most effectively. From now on, all legislation will be handled by the administration, which will have sole right to make constitutional changes. Freedoms of speech, association, and the press are temporarily suspended. Privacy rights in relation to telephone and postal communication are revoked.
Order! Order!
It's very good, sir, but let's use a larger typeface for Hitler.
Hitler's just called an emergency meeting of the Reichstag. Wants their approval for something he calls the Enabling Act, which will turn this country into a police state with him as absolute ruler.
My God. No matter what he does, he just gets stronger.
I'll bet the Nazis set the fire themselves.
There's something I haven't told you. Once this is out, Rome will identify me as your source. My job as Rome's press secretary was just a front. He hired me to get financing outside of Germany.
Financing? For what?
The SA. He agreed to sign a contract with a man in London in exchange for exclusive oil imports to Germany.
The Nazi Party was given economic incentives to a foreign investor.
What happened to Germans for Germany?
Exactly.
We've got to get this news to Hindenburg. And Bell, we've got to get you someplace safe. Sepp, I've got contacts in Berlin. I'll put you in touch with them. Go home, pack your bags. Go to the train station. Bell will bring my report to you there. We've got to hurry.
The government assumes the right to intervene in any situation to restore order. The right to draft laws passes from the Reichspräsident to Chancellor. I offer the Reichstag the chance for peace in Germany.
Never!
If you respect our constitution...
Vice-Chancellor, please return to his seat.
I will take any refusal as a statement of opposition. Gentlemen, you must decide. Will it be peace or war?
Deutschland, Deutschland, über alles in der Welt. Wenn es denn zu Schutz und Ruße brüderlich zusammenhält.
The jails are filled to capacity, and their wives are causing an international ruckus. Can I try these men and we can't release them?
Camps.
What?
What about those camps? What else?
Hindenburg is dying, and we've not yet resolved the issue with Rome. And of course there's the army. The clock is ticking. My Führer.
I'll speak to Rome.
I've spoken to Rome, sir, and he does nothing.
I said I'll speak to him!
We were friends once, Ernst. You saw my potential before anyone else. You speak your mind, unlike the others. And you've always loved your men more than yourself, which is rare in a leader. But you refuse to bend. Why? You have power.
I don't want the power, I want justice. And my men will promise...
I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a damn about promises. You know this. You know this. Ernst, the SA are not now, nor will they ever be, the official German army. You must stand down.
You're right, Adolf. We were friends once. And I will always speak my mind. I will not betray my men.
I'm truly sorry to hear that, Ernst.
Gather up your leaders and meet me at Bad Weisse at the 30th of June. You are under arrest.
My dearest Sophie, I don't know when or if I will ever see you again. I don't say this to shock. I say it because I must ask one more thing of you. Please live. Urge others to speak out, even when what they have to say is not popular. Tell them to embrace courage as a gift and pass it on to their children.
Where are we?
Just outside the village of Dachau. What are we doing here?
You have always been my hope, the promise of goodness and truth and devotion. Knowing that those qualities still survive in this world lets me leave it with a lighter heart. Don't mourn. I've given everything I have to this struggle, and my only option now is to give the last, most precious thing. It will mark this moment in time forever, so that people will remember. Yours, always, Fritz.
My Fuhrer, you must make a decision. They need your order. My Fuhrer, you must make
Yes, I heard you!
Give him the gun.
I know you think this is a betrayal, but Chief of Staff Rome was planning my assassination. I had no choice.
My Fuhrer.
And so in his honor, I will bring you all into the Reichswehr army. You will once again fight for a strong Germany.
Subsequent to the death of President Hindenburg, the office of Reichspräsident will be combined with that of Reichschancellor. The army has devised an oath of unconditional loyalty to the person of the Führer, to be taken by every officer and soldier of the armed forces. Do you hereby swear allegiance? We do!
Today, the Old Reich and its finest leader enter Valhalla. At the same time, we mark the beginning of a new era. A time of peace and prosperity awaits us. The 1,000-year Reich has begun. Sieg